Hello guys, happy Wednesday. So typically we do hardcore Wednesday. I'm switching it up a little bit and we're gonna work on some skill work. So instead of strength portion today, we are going to have a skill portion, which is going to be working and focusing on handstands. All right, I'm gonna break down really quickly what you will be seeing if you're doing the class with me in the skill work. Otherwise, I'm gonna show you that way you guys can kind of do this on your own at your own time, but we're gonna be taking about 20 minutes in strength today or in the skill progressions, okay? So I'm gonna go over quickly just a few of the progressions, that way you can work on these on your own, and then I'll go into your conditioning part, okay? You won't need any equipment today, you'll just need a space to kick up to the wall if you have one. So get that free. If you don't, then see if you can find somebody that will let you come over and use their wall, because for some of these, you're gonna want some wall space, okay? Very first drill is getting comfortable on your hands. All right, so what I like to do so that you get comfortable kicking up and knowing where your weight is going to is starting with your hands on the floor. Otherwise, you're not really sure how much momentum you need to kick yourself all the way up into that inversion point, right? So what I want you to do, this is gonna be drill number 1 that we start on. Well, I guess very first, sorry, is if you don't know what foot you kick up with, it's always going to be your dominant one, or not always, but 90% of the time it's your dominant. Usually what I like to do with people that haven't done these before is I stand behind them, have them close their eyes, I give them a little nudge, and whichever foot they step forward with is a really good indication of which foot you should be using in your handstands, okay? So mine is my right. I'm going to start with my right foot forward, and really big, no matter what we're doing and where we're starting this, I want your feet to spin the way they start. So my right foot's forward, my left foot's back. Okay, as I come down, say we kick up, and I don't go that far, my right foot's touching the floor first, and my back foot will come down second, and I'm back to where my stance was beginning. Okay, so again, starting here, hands are planted on the floor. They should be right out in front of you. They're not going to start underneath you because that's going to make it a lot more difficult. You want to start with your hands right out in front of your shoulders. Okay. Basically, like we're about to take off running, we're going to kind of bend our knees and we're going to push off and kick up, okay? Get a little bit comfortable on your hands. We're not going to do anything yet. I just want you to get comfortable kicking up. See if you can get those shoulders squared over your wrist, okay? Feel that weight into your fingertips. If you feel your weight go over your shoulders a little bit, feel it in your fingertips. Don't just come right back down. All right, that's going to be drill number 1. Drill number 2 is once you start getting comfortable getting into that inversion point, I want you to get your legs together. So right now, we kept our momentum behind us because our legs weren't going all the way overhead. Maybe that one foot was. So now what I want you to try to do is I'm going to bring my left foot to my right foot at the top, okay? So I'm kicking off the same, and I'm bringing that foot, or I'm sorry, I said that backwards. I'm bringing my right foot to my left foot at the top. Okay, so again, I kick up, I'm tapping my feet, but again, look where my feet are, right where I started if I was starting up here. My right foot's forward, my left foot is back. Foot that goes up second will come down first every time. That's how it should be, okay? So one more time here, we kick off, my toes hit, and then right back down. Okay, so once we get more comfortable with that, then we're going to start standing up. We're going to take those hands off the floor. Maybe not all the way standing, but you're a little bit further off the ground. Keeping those arms out in front, nice and gently as my hands are going down, my back foot is coming up. Okay, so I'm taking that momentum into my hands. All right, this is where we're going to start getting gymnastics-y on you. I want you to keep your core tight and your arms overhead. So as we go down, all right, kind of like those RDLs that we'll do, you're going to make this one movement. My arms are going to stay next to my head as I take my hands down to the floor. My leg is coming up. I kick off. And then as I come back down, my leg goes down, my arms come up. Make from your fingertips to your heel one movement. Okay, so again, a little bit slower. Nice and slow, slow, slow. Hands hit the ground. And back up. Okay? So we're going to add that progression in just as we did before. Once you get comfortable, you're going to try to bring that foot up to meet your other before kicking back down. Okay? that is really going to be where we're at. We're going to keep working on that. We'll be there for about 20 minutes. If you guys have questions, for those of you that are doing this on your own, please feel free to let me know. If you're videoing yourself, video me, send it to me. I'd be happy to watch them and tell you my critiques. Okay? I will see you in just a second for your conditioning.